Alrighty, welcome back to, I'm pretty sure it's episode 8 on Talk Small Business to Me of season 2, which is so exciting. Today we have the amazing Tanisha from the Lunar
Hi.
Beauty. I know, I'm so excited for today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, how are you feeling? I always think like it would be so weird just jumping on, like this is my job, jumping on a podcast on like a Wednesday morning. I feel like would be so like unusual in the week.
I'm nervous. I'm excited. It worked out really well. I had the morning free, so I was like, let's do it.
Fun. One of my favorite questions to ask to kind of like just like loosen things up is if you were
Mhm.
to give your business a signature song, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. You've put me on the spot there.
I actually have.
Oh no. I'm a music fanatic, so I have so many favorites. And I play just about everything here as well. There's not a certain genre. Oh gosh.
Like if you were to like encapsulate like your business journey or like a song that was really like marked a moment in your business journey, what would have
Um, Rock the Casbah by The Clash. It's an
okay.
old one. I don't know that many people know that song, but it's my all-time favorite song. I love it. It's super upbeat. The story behind it, it's got a pretty big story behind it that I love. It's about stepping out and going against the norm and what's supposed to be, I guess. A few people that are going to listen to this are going to laugh at that because they know how much I love that song, but that would be my song.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I also, why I love asking it is because it's like almost like I'm getting this collection of songs, and people will
Yeah,
really surprise you sometimes. They'll just throw out the
yeah.
most niche and random things.
It's my 80s rock song.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love it. We've all got to have one.
Yeah,
Um,
I have her tattooed on my foot. Like, she's the best.
she's there for life.
Yeah, yep.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, like let's just jump right in. I
Sure.
want to hear about your story and what your story around like how you even came to forming Lunar Beauty, but what first drew you to the beauty world, and when did you realize that lashes were kind of that path for you?
I think from a very young age, I had quite a creative spark, high attention to detail. My passion for beauty also came at a very young age, like playing with my mum's makeup when I was a little girl. That kind of evolved into my mum giving me a brow pencil, big mistake. Doing my hair, Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, like
Oh yeah,
mousse even. We've all been there.
yeah.
And so my passion for beauty kind of started when I was very young. I was like, I can create stuff, I can do stuff. So I think from that point onwards, I then decided that's what I want to do. When I was 15, I did my first cert in beauty, and I was like, this is for me. I can go so many places, I can do so many things with this. The potential is livid. So that's when I knew I could, incorporate that passion for creativity, attention to detail, along with, doing something that I enjoy, doing
Mhm.
something that I love, and making other people feel confident in themselves.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it's definitely like that form of creativity, and I think you hear it like so many times when we're talking in the
Yeah,
beauty industry. It was this initial like, oh, I've got this creativity, how do I actually use it? Besides like
yeah,
going into obviously like your I don't know, like your arts
yeah,
industries. I think it's such a beautiful avenue. And it's just like a fun way to just go, oh, like
yeah,
let me not only be creative just like for myself but for others.
yeah. And I'm big on that job satisfaction as well. So, like, seeing the before and after happen in front of my eyes,
Mm,
oh, it's just unmatched. It's great.
yeah, totally. Um, you have mentioned in your journey working in pharmacy and clinic and to then starting Luna Beauty, what was that turning point where you decided to take the leap and build your own business?
Yeah, so I finished my diploma in beauty therapy in 2018. it was kind of like a lingering, like I want to do something, I'm not sure what path to take. So I was in pharmacy for a few years and it wasn't doing it for me. So I started working at a skin and laser clinic when I was 19, and having that connection with clients and being able to help them transform, help them along with their skin journeys and whatnot, really reignited that passion to be in a position where I can make my clients feel amazing. I realized with my standards, my experience, and my qualifications in the industry that I could build a space that I'm proud of and that my clients are proud of.
Yeah, no, I love that. And you've had so much growth over these past 3 years in business. Um, yeah, and you've grown through three locations, which is
Have.
crazy. What has that journey looked like, and what challenges came from growing so quickly? And how did you know it was time to move on and expand?
Yeah, so at the beginning of Luluna's journey, there were plenty of challenges that I faced, and finding my feet. The industry is brutal. I'm in a small little town, Orange, New South Wales. There is a salon on just about every corner. So many artists that do such amazing work as well. So for me, it was like finding my niche, finding my feet in the industry, and strengthening my bond with my boundaries and my technique was certainly a challenge for me. Like you said, we've grown through two spaces and we're currently here where we are now. um, and I love it, but it will be time to expand and grow again. Hopefully towards the end of the year we'll be looking for a new home somewhere in the CBD.
Wow, that's so exciting. Do you kind of
Yes.
get that like that new home feeling where it's like, oh, get to move everything in, fresh slate?
Yeah, yeah. So I've been in here for 2.5 years, and it's home. This is my baby. I walk in here every day, and I'm so proud. But I think you don't really grow where you're comfortable. That mightn't always be the case, but I think for me, I am really comfortable, and it's time to put myself in a position where I might not be comfortable, so I can grow and learn. Because there is so
Mm,
much learning to do. I might have been in this industry for 8 years, and I might have been, having my own salon for 3.5 years, but I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg with what I can learn. So, yeah,
yeah, totally. Yeah, and it's all just like that business, like it's just that growth and that journey. And I love what you
yeah,
said about um like complacency and you don't grow where you're comfortable. Um,
yeah,
I think that's a testament no matter like what industry you're in as well.
exactly.
So it's such this a universal truth where it's like, oh, like if you think that your business is gonna grow just by just sticking to what's comfortable, it's just not gonna happen.
Exactly. And I'm really lucky that I've been able to recognize that. And I'm lucky that I'm, independent enough to be able to put myself in a position where I might not be comfortable, but I can trust that it's all going to work out.
Yeah, totally. And running a beauty business isn't all glam, let's say.
Yeah.
So what does a typical day behind the scenes look like for you is as like a lash tech and a business owner?
Yeah. So a typical day for me is so much more than just showing up and completing appointments with my clients. I'm constantly on go mode with, behind the scenes marketing and booking appointments, social media, checking in with my clients. Of course, you've got the setup and the cleanup of your space in between clients multiple times a day. And then it's also really important to find that time to invest in myself, my self care, my self growth, being able to, separate, this is my job, this is my livelihood, but I'm also so much more than a salon owner, a business owner. I'm a friend, I'm a partner, I'm a daughter. So putting that time into myself is also a big part of my day. Just feel like you're wearing five different hats at once, but I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah, totally. It's like that constant juggle between, okay, which
Yeah,
hat am I putting on, or am I wearing like multiple literally at the same
yeah,
time? All the balls
yeah,
in the air. Yeah,
yeah,
totally. And you were talking about like who your friend, partner, sister, like all that sort of thing. Not only just beyond being a business owner. And I guess like our next question is many people don't realize how much actually goes into creating a safe and professional salon environment.
Mhm.
So, what do you do, and how do you ensure your clients feel both comfortable and cared for when they come in?
Yeah, so one of the main things that I pride myself on here at Luna is the relationships I hold with each and every one of my clients. I pride myself on ensuring that my clients have a comfortable experience from the moment they book their appointment to the moment they walk out the door and they finish their appointment. Um, my clients feel like my friends, they feel like my family. I have a very personable and, individual, different relationship with each of my clients. And I feel like that's what comes with owning a business. You're a business owner, but I'm also a person. I'm a one-man team here, and my clients aren't transactions, they're part of my family. It's definitely personal, and I feel like they can feel that, and that's what keeps them coming back time and time again above all else.
Yeah, totally. And obviously, the beauty industry has evolved so much in recent years.
Hmm.
What changes or trends have you noticed in the lash industry, or in client expectations that maybe changed, maybe it's developed for better, for worse, whatever it may be?
Yeah. One of the biggest changes I've noticed in the industry over the last few years is that my clients are becoming more educated. They want to know what's happening. They want to know what I'm doing. They want to know what's going on behind the scenes. They might be lying down on my bed, eyes closed, but they want to know what goes on. And I'm really honored to be able to share each step with them as we go along the way. I'm honored that I have the education and I guess the personability to be able to explain confidently and comfortably what it is that we're doing. And then they leave feeling like they were a part of it. It wasn't just a transaction, they were a part of it. There's also been a massive shift from, like the overly dramatic looks and, the bold brows, the thick lashes to the more soft and customizable. Hybrids and classic lashes have been so big lately. Whereas, 2 or 3 years ago, it was, that full volume look. Same with, brow laminations, lash lifts, that softer, fluffier look. It's become a massive part of my day to day. Industry standards are rising constantly, and they don't want cheap, they want safe, they want professional, they want education, and they want results that they can see and that they can cherish.
Yeah, and it's so interesting, even like the way that, like, just with like trending of um, fashion and everything like that can go
Yep,
into influencing the like
absolutely.
that. Like, yeah, like 5 years ago, it was definitely that emphasis on like the thick, like what I
Yeah.
would call like like the spider lashes. And then,
Yeah, now you've got this like clean girl aesthetic going on, and
yeah,
I'm living for it. Yeah,
and it's just like everyone wants to feel glam no matter where we are in terms of the
exactly.
decades, and it's actually really cool to see how we kind of grow with it.
Yeah.
um you talked a bit about, obviously, them wanting to know the processes and everything like that and your training around it, so you've invested a lot of time into training and qualifications.
Yes.
How important has continued education been in building Luna's both reputation and client trust?
Yeah, continuous education is absolutely crucial for La Luna to continue to flourish. So I'm constantly learning, new services, product changes, just to maximize my results and my client satisfaction. Like we kind of touched on before, not every service and not every set fits the same person. Everyone's different. Clients trust you when they see that you take your craft seriously. And I think all of my clients can probably vouch for my attention to detail and ensuring that they're comfortable through all of their appointments. And I feel like that education really goes a long way, not just for myself, but for my clients to be able to trust, to come in here. It's a big thing to book an appointment with somebody, to come in, lie down on the bed, be fully vulnerable, and then to pay them, for their time. It's a big thing, and you want to be going to someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, totally. The number I might have here will be wrong, so correct me what it actually is. But you've talked about having like over 400 clients come through your
Yeah.
doors. Um, what do you think keeps people coming back to Luna?
Yeah, gosh, the numbers I got those numbers from my birthday earlier this year, so it would definitely be leaning closer towards the 500 now. But very, very similar ballpark. Like I touched on before, the atmosphere and the relationships that I have with my clients is what keeps them coming back. I take a lot of pride in my work. I care about my clients. I care about their safety, their comfort, and I like to make sure that each treatment is tailored individually to their face, to their style, to their inspiration, what they want. So, yeah, keeps them coming back, sorry, is of course the work that I take so much pride in, but I guess having that relationship is super important as well.
Yeah, and what's been one of those proudest client moments or milestones so far in your journey?
When I think about this question, there honestly isn't a singular moment that I can pick out that I'm most proud. That's, more of a milestone than anything else. I often reflect on the last 3.5 years and I just feel so much gratitude for what I've created and how far I've come. To say that I've done it all on my own, I've learned everything along the way, and I've, never asked for help is riveting. Laluna's birthday every year is a milestone. My clients returning again and again is a milestone, and getting to walk into this beautiful space that I've created and to call it my own is a milestone. All of it is just amazing. There's not one I could pick out.
Yeah, I love the lens of gratitude that you've got around it, and I think
Yeah,
those both those like small and big things that really make it, because without all those various aspects of your journey, like it wouldn't look like it is today. And I
exactly.
think like, yeah, this is the way that you can walk into a space and call it your own, and the way that you've been able to like foster connections with people is so
Yeah.
beautiful as well. um when So, my next question is, you obviously like the support of friends, family, and your loyal customers. It means a lot to you. How
Yeah.
important is that community and helping you stay motivated and grounded as a small business owner?
Yeah, it's so important. Having a small business and being, a one woman show, I guess you could say, it can be isolating. It can be really isolating, having my loyal clients, having supportive friends in the industry, and being able to build relationships every day with whoever walks through my doors keeps me grounded. I'm really lucky to say that I have found a community that helps me feel seen and that constantly reminds me that I'm not all alone. Because it's the cusp, you have all of these great people around you, but at the end of the day, it's all riding on your shoulders. So having people that you can bounce back and forth from and having great clients in every day just makes it all worth it.
Totally. Like just off that, you were mentioning about like industry like connections.
Mhm.
Um, is that something that's been really important in like imperative in your business journey? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I'm quite good friends with so many of the amazing salons in Orange. I was lucky enough to be able to grow and to learn with these people, going through diploma, going through a lot of my certificates. I met a lot of friends in the industry, and it's so important, I don't think I'd be able to do it without them. Being able to, at the end of the day, say, oh, I've had such a big day. How was your day? What did you get up to? What clients did you do? Have you heard of this new product that I'm using? Like, it's going really well. What are you using at the moment? Like, it's really important to bounce off, people in a similar position as you, because you can't go into work and talk to your colleagues about it because, I am the colleague. So,
Mm. Yeah, and I think it's
yeah,
also like seeing what works for people and being able to like advocate for one another, because I think
exactly.
it's also like industry, right? Like it can get to a point where it's competitive and like you're down each other's throats or whatever, but it's
Yeah,
even more beautiful and to kind of foster those connections and be able to go, no, 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 we're all in this together. We're struggling in various ways, but how can I assist you
Yes.
in this as well?
Yeah, I was actually talking to one of my friends in the industry, the beautiful Rose, about this a few weeks ago. The beauty industry specifically, I think, is kind of looked down on as not as serious of a job, as someone working in government, someone working in the medical field. And we were talking about how people don't realize what goes into, creating all of this and having all of this. You go to a GP and you go for an appointment, you get a script, you talk about medical issues, and then you go home and you don't realize that that GP has worked for years and years and years tirelessly to get, education on everything to help whoever walks through the door. It's a similar sense to us. We have worked so hard to create what we have, and I don't believe that the beauty industry gets enough credit. So it's important that we all kind of bind together and give each other that support, because from an outside perspective, it doesn't look like much goes into it. From the outside, it's a pretty salon and it's nice eyebrows and it's beautiful lashes, but from an inside perspective, it's so much more. So it's really important to have people that understand.
Yeah, and you'd be like dealing with so many like various personalities as well in terms of
Yeah,
like um both people like that are just wanting to like have a little pick me up, whether it's just part of their regular weekly routine or whether it
yeah,
is just something that's like they're working through various insecurities, and you have to navigate all of those in like one day.
yeah,
um,
yeah,
so I think that's the other side of it, where yes, it's totally what you said. Like the beauty industry, it looks pretty, it looks like it's just that superficial side of it, and
yeah,
obviously there's going to be various aspects that will just have that like superficial persona,
yeah, of course.
but there's so much more to that, and obviously like
Absolutely.
you've worked hard to be where you
Yeah,
are, and you've put in the like the hard yards for it, that it's not like you're just trying to set up
yeah,
and just
yeah,
give it a go. So
exactly.
totally. So for other lash artists who might be starting out, what advice would you have for them to set up their business properly?
Yeah, I guess for someone starting out and wanting to create their own lash business, my biggest advice would just be to not cut corners. The industry is forever evolving and changing. Do it legally from day one, invest in your education, prioritize your clients and your own safety. You need to, be able to believe in what you do. You need to have pride in your work. It's certainly not for everyone, but when you know. And yeah, if you're in it for the money, it won't last. It's certainly not a cash grab. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And there has been many times in the last 3.5 years where I felt that it was easier to probably just throw in the towel. Um, but the easy option isn't always the best option. You have to be consistent. You've just got to invest in yourself and in your work. You need to not have that doubt. You're always going to start somewhere. You're never going to be perfect from the get go. It takes consistency, it takes learning. I can tell you what, I have learned so many lessons along the way. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning every single day. Yeah, just having that belief in yourself.
Totally. Was there anything that was surprising to you when you were starting out in terms of like what you needed from like training equipment to protecting yourself professionally? What was something that was um would have you just wouldn't have expected when you first started out?
Uh, Everything, I've been getting lashes on myself for 6, 7 years. And you go into a lash appointment, you lie down on the bed, they pop a few lashes on, I'm thinking, oh, I need lashes, I need tweezers, I need glue. You need everything. It comes down to insurance. I'm lucky I've had a great insurance company for so long who's always been by my side and supported me. You need to build up your clients, you need relationships. It was tough starting out. I would have a few good days and then quiet weeks where I, had to have this as a side hustle and it wasn't going to work out for me full time. It's just consistency. It's definitely consistency. Um, you don't realize a lot of the things that you need physical, equipment wise until you need it. And you're like, oh, shoot, like, I don't have that.
Totally.
It's kind of like when you move into a new house and you're setting up your kitchen, you're like, well, I haven't bought tongs.
Yeah.
You forget so many things, and it's not until you need them that you realize. But I'm lucky enough that now in 3.5 years, I've got a good routine going. I know what I need to know, but yeah,
Yeah, totally.
it's
And
tough.
yeah, 100%. And I love the whole tongs analogy because I'm like, oh, you
Yeah,
just don't know what you don't know. Totally. And
yeah.
if you were to go back to tell and chat to yourself 3 years ago, what's
Mhm.
like before you even began this journey, what would you say and what would be your like piece of advice you'd give yourself?
I would probably tell myself 3 years ago that it's going to work out and to stop doubting myself. It's hard not to compare your day one to somebody else's year 4.
Hmm.
It's hard not to compare yourself to people that are older than you, have been in the industry for longer than you, that from the outside look, busier than you and seem to be getting more recognition than you. Comparison is the thief of joy, I like to say.
Mm.
It's tough, but I like to think that I'm in my own lane. And I've realized that no one runs their business quite like me. I'm the Lunar Beauty, I'm Tanisha, and nobody else is like that. And that's a blessing. And I'm proud of what I've created. And so I think, don't compare. I look back to where I was 3.5 years ago, a little room. I think I had bright yellow bedding and I was just black walls. And you've got to start somewhere, you're evolving over time. It's not going to be perfect from day one. So I would tell myself to stop doubting myself and it's going to work out. Just keep trying.
Yeah, and so that leads me to what's next then for Luna Beauty, and is there any dreams or plans on the horizon for this next, yeah, 3.5 years?
Yeah, so La Luna's next steps will probably look like expanding and, like I said earlier, relocating somewhere in the CBD, getting a little bit more foot traffic in to help me get my name out there a little bit more. I'm constantly learning new techniques and adding products and services. So that's always been a fun, exciting new path for me to take. I'm able to bring in more products, sell more retail, try new methods with, lashes and brows. You'll definitely be seeing a lot more from La Luna in the future. I mean, of course, it's every girl's dream. I'd like to say a 5-year, 10-year plan, maybe some employees on the horizon. Um, we'll see what happens,
Yeah.
but we've only just gotten started. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so exciting, and I love the way that you um talk about your business. Like I said before, that theme of gratitude that you have, I think that is so beautiful. And I love the way that you humbly talk about that journey, and it's a journey at the end of the day. Um,
Yeah.
and I love that you started with black walls and bright yellow sheets, and now like aesthetic studio.
Doesn't really fit the theme of what I've got going on now, but I had a vision.
Yes, I love that. And you know what? Maybe it's gonna come back. Maybe you're gonna have the black walls and yellow sheets again. But
Maybe, but you know what? I will take it. If it means that I get to call it my own, I'll take it.
totally, totally. But that's actually it for all my questions today. Honestly, it's been a pleasure having a conversation on your journey and your business. And yeah, I just think you speak with so much grace around it. And I really appreciate you taking the time out in your morning as well. Um,
No, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I was so excited when you guys asked me to be a guest. I thought, yes, I manifested this. So it's been great. It's been great.
so much fun, and I'll definitely have to add the song to the playlist now and
Oh
give
God.
it a listen. Yes,
Okay.
see why it's worth putting a tattoo on your foot for.
I will say give it time. You know,
Okay, it
I
warms up.
showed my partner the song for the first time and he was like, "Are you joking or what?" Like, I
It's
was like,
fine.
"No, babe, I'm serious. Like, this is my jam.
Yeah.
Like, I'm walking down the aisle to this.
Oh,
Like,
this is the one. This is
this is
the
the one." Yeah,
yeah.
give it time. Don't knock it till you try it. Listen to it a few times.
Great. I'll listen to it at
Yeah,
least 5 times, and then we'll
perfect.
see. We'll see from there.
So
But
next time I see you, you'll have it tattooed as well.
oh, absolutely. I'll add it next to my
Perfect.
face as well.
Perfect.
I'm gonna just do a quick wrap up, but that was episode 8. I'm really hoping it's episode 8. You know what? Like, we're just episode 8 on Talk Small Business to me. Yeah, we had a blast. If there's anything that you want to hear, anything you want to see, let us know. But we'll see you next time. See you later. Bye.